So stage 2 team affinities have come out. We are going to go ahead and check each division and see which one is the best out of each division. So you can go ahead and grind 3 for the American League and 3 for the National League instantly. So I've already looked at every single one per division and I've already selected which one is the best. So we're going to start with the American League East and we're going to go to the Tampa Bay Rays. And we go all the way to 120 fans and you get yourself Vidal Brujan. Now, he reminds me of Roberto Alomar 150% of the way. First of all, look at the fielding. That's 1 point away from diamond. He has 88 reactions, so that means he has gold reaction, gold fielding. He has silver arm strength, and then gold accuracy. But look at the speed. Look at the stealing. Look at the base running aggressiveness. Look at the vision. 97 vision. That man is going to be able to play on Hall of Fame, on Legend, and anywhere you take him, he's going to be able to play. If you square one up with 64 power versus right-handers, he can drive one out. 51 power versus left, he's going to hit you some warning track shots. But regardless, he's going to be a gap shot machine. If you're scoring pitches up, I just see the ball flying. I see singles turning into doubles, doubles turning into triples, and triples, they're staying triples because you don't want to test the base running in this game, especially returning. So he can play shortstop as a secondary, and since he has such high fielding and such high reaction, he stays as a gold fielder and gold reaction at short as well. So not a bad guy to pick up. Not only that, but if you get stage 1, you get Blake Snell too, and he's pretty much a cheat code as well, especially in the higher difficulties until people start to read them, then you're in trouble. Next up is going to be the AL Central. For the AL Central, we're going to have a third baseman, I believe. So his name is Nolan Jones. He is a lefty, but he reminds me a lot of someone you all know and love, which is Gallo. Instead, he has high contact versus right and high contact versus left. Unlike Gallo, that really has lower numbers there. But what really jumps out here is definitely those power numbers. His arm strength is amazing for third base. And then looking at his secondary positions, he doesn't have to play third base for you. He can play either corner outfields and he can play first base as well. Since he has 79 fielding, his fielding most likely stays silver in the outfield. Now his reaction most likely is dropping to bronze. So if you play somewhere along the lines of, like, let's say Ship It, where there's a big right field wall, you can definitely slot him in there as a corner outfielder with that arm strength. There's really not going to be much for you to worry about. And if you play in major league stadiums like Fenway Park, then you can definitely stick him in left field if you don't want to put him at third base. But at third base, he will do perfectly fine in my opinion. Next up, we're going to go to the AL West. Now the AL West, in my opinion, it was a little bit weaker in terms of team affinity rewards as opposed to how strong they were in stage 1. Stage 2, they basically went downhill a little bit. But we're going with the Angels here. Brandon Marsh, lefty bat, center fielder. He reminds me a lot of Byron Buxton, where he's great all around. He has good all-around hitting stats. The 84 power versus right, perfect fly ball, should be leaving every single time. And 78 power versus left, perfect fly ball, should also be leaving a good percentage of the times. I'd want to say 80% of the times, but with this game, you never know. He has 82 fielding, which is gold fielding, gold reaction, 90 arm strength at center field is very crucial, and he has 85 speed with pretty much good stealing and base running aggressiveness. His vision is very similar to Nolan's, so not the greatest in the world, but it will definitely translate to Hall of Fame, and they both could translate to Legend as well, especially if you're a good hitter. So I have him as the best reward out of the NL West. And now, let's take a quick little break. If you're new here and have been enjoying today's content so far, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst, same way it's spelled on the YouTube channel username. Let's get this video to 100 likes, and then I will go ahead and basically rank the top 10 stage 2 team affinity rewards. Basically, click on the channel, click on the community tab, interact with me there, and let's try to aim for 100 likes on this video. But enough of that, let's get back into it. So for the NL East, we are going straight to the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves, I believe his name is Kyle Wright. So he's a righty. He has a four-seamer, a slider, a curveball, a changeup, and a sinker. Now what really appeals to me here is just the simple fact that his off speed has basically two differentials in terms of speed. The curveball and changeup, yeah, they're pretty much identical, but the break on the curveball and the break on the changeup are obviously going to be different, which might be able to fool a hitter a little bit. It's horrible whenever you have a pitcher that has 3 off-speed pitches and all of them are at the same speed. So the slider being a little bit faster might end up helping him out a little bit. And a 94 miles per hour sinker that's going to be most likely reaching 95, 96 is definitely going to be a pitch that's also going to be hard to pick up on, especially on Hall of Fame and Legend difficulties, where it's difficult to hit a sinker just because it's the hardest pitch to time. So unfortunately he doesn't have outlier, but if he did have outlier, this card would be even dirtier. So now it's time for us to go to the NL Central, and the NL Central, it's pretty much the Cardinals. Once again, I don't know what it is about the NL Central, but whenever they get rewards, it's like not appealing to me because none of the cards are really just like jumping out at me. But we take a look at Nolan Gorman. He's a lefty. We're getting a bunch of lefties here. Nolan Gorman, he can play first base. So unlike the previous third baseman, this one doesn't have secondary positions in the outfield. So if you're planning on going for both of them, you get this guy, stick him at third, stick the other one in the corner outfield. Now what's great about this one is, well, he's actually very similar to the other one, but of course he has better power numbers against right, and I'm pretty sure he has better power numbers against left. All around, I believe this one is a better hitter than the previous one, has a little bit more vision. Where he lacks is on the defensive side, but he's still a silver fielder, silver reaction, gold arm strength, gold arm accuracy, 55 speed, not too bad for a third baseman. And then last but not least, we got my favorite team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and that is going to be the NL West's basically top guy. Now, like I said previously, you don't really like a starting pitcher that has the 3 off speeds basically around the same interval of pitch speeds. And unfortunately, he does. 89, 85, 83, not too much differential, so it's going to depend on the movement. To me, although, the difference between the curveball and the slider is good enough to make him usable, but that's not even the best part. The best part is when you go into his quirks, and then you see he has outlier 1, meaning his primary pitch exceeds max velocity limit. So if that's 95 miles per hour without outlier 1, meaning he would hit 96, 97 without outlier 1, that means that his sinker is going to be coming in at 98, 99. I don't know if it'll touch 100, but who knows? That fastball, 99 miles per hour, that fastball is also going to be touching 100, 101, might even touch 102. I mean, the guy is going to be a cheat code not only on All-Star, but Hall of Fame. And you don't even want to see him on Legend, to be honest with you. Not with those hits and Ks per 9 as well. Now, the 68 walks per 9, that's a little bit worrisome because, of course, the lower the walks per 9 is, the harder it is for you to control them. But that's to be expected with someone with so much velocity. And 92 break on his primary pitch, which is a sinker, that's also amazing. That sinker is going to be deceiving everyone. They're going to think it's a changeup. They're going to be super late on it. You're going to be breaking bats. You're going to be doing all sorts of things. This is probably, in my opinion, the best team affinity reward out of all the team affinity rewards, because this is the one that can definitely join your team since everybody is using starting rotation pitchers as relievers. This guy, he can come in basically and be a bullpen arm after you go ahead and get your Corey Kluber beat down, after you get your Hal Newhouser beat down. You bring in Gratterall and you hope that he can shut the door basically. And now we're going to do an honorable mention as well. We're going to go to the San Diego Padres. I almost wasn't able to pronounce their name. So we go all the way to the end and you get yourself Taylor Trammell. Now, 80 power versus right, perfect fly ball, should be a home run every single time. 69 power versus left, I say 75% of the time it should be a home run. He's a lefty. Look at the speed, look at the stealing, look at the base running aggressiveness. He's like a Ty Cobb with a lesser arm, but plays left field instead of center field like Ty Cobb did last year. He has diamond fielding, gold reaction, Arm accuracy, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty easy to hit the green bar, even though it's a lot quicker. That probably matters a little bit more when it comes to throwing a home. 68 arm strength, that's the only part where he lacks at. But to be honest, here you just throw it to the cutoff man, you get a perfect throw home, and it's almost as if you were throwing it straight from the outfield. Regardless, if you get a perfect throw home from an outfielder, it's most likely a cannon home regardless as well. So 71 vision. Unfortunately, not the greatest vision in the world, but with contact so high, it balances itself out. Definitely believe he will be usable on Hall of Fame and Legend. And 100%, he's just Ty Cobb in my opinion. He's a juiced up version of Ty Cobb before the real juiced up version of Ty Cobb comes out. And that to me is a great card that made it onto everyone's team. And that's basically my top 7 team affinity rewards. And if you guys want me to do a top 10, once again, let's get this video to 100 likes. If you did end up enjoying today's content, make sure to hit that like button, red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst. Turn on that notification bell. Have a blessed day and night. Stay in touch with me by clicking on the channel and community tab and interacting with me there. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. If you're feeling sick, quarantine, or get yourself checked out. And as always, love you all. Thank you for the support. Peace out.